The promise of a perfect road turns into an endless money pit filled with millions of dollars of your loose change. And what's worse, we may never stop paying tolls on Oklahoma's turnpikes. Our Oklahoma Impact team investigates. Here's Alex Cameron.
What started out as one toll road connecting Oklahoma City and Tulsa has turned into a multi-billion-dollar web of turnpikes across the state. And 63 years later, Oklahoma drivers are still paying that bill. Some lawmakers fear the Turnpike Authority has too much power. Oklahoma Impact reporter Jennifer Lauren investigates.
Oklahoma has 10 turnpikes, more than 600 miles of pavement, making us second in the nation for miles of toll roads.
The Turnpike is a scam on the people of Oklahoma.
Tulsa attorney Gary Richardson is an outspoken opponent of turnpikes. Richardson ran for governor back in 2002. His platform? Put the turnpikes under ODOT and get rid of tolls.
I believed it was a scam then, and I know it's a scam today.
Richardson believes Oklahoma taxpayers should know more about the Turnpike Authority, how it pays for the roads, and where their toll money goes. He blames the Turnpike Authority itself and state lawmakers for glossing over the truth.
And the state of Oklahoma does not make 1 red cent off of the turnpike.
He's right. The state of Oklahoma does not make any money off these turnpikes. Like many states which lack adequate transportation funding, these turnpikes are paid for with bonds. So the bondholders are profiting, not the state.
So who are the bondholders? They're people, institutions, and organizations all over the world who invest money in bonds and earn interest on that investment. In return, the Turnpike Authority must meet certain financial requirements lined out in a covenant. The covenant requires the authority to keep a certain amount of money in its accounts at all times, or else the bondholders can take over toll collecting operations.
That is just not a responsible way to do state business, I don't believe.
As chairman of the Transportation Appropriations Subcommittee, State Senator Randy Brogdon says that setup is dangerous. In other states, the bondholders are authorized to sue the turnpike organizations, but not take over operations.
Written legislation to opt out of
Brogdon says our state gives bondholders in the Turnpike Authority
as people travel
too much power over state transportation issues, definitely more than was originally intended. With little money available for transportation projects, state lawmakers created the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority in 1947. They also provided for construction of the state's first turnpike, the Turner, between Tulsa and Oklahoma City. It was financed with $38 million in bonds. Toll collections would pay off that debt, and the Turner would become a free highway. But then
we proposed to make it possible for the drivers of Oklahoma to have these better roads and to pay as we go.
State lawmakers liked the idea of pay-as-you-go roads so much, they told the Turnpike Authority they could sell more bonds, build more turnpikes, and keep collecting tolls until all turnpikes are paid off. Governor Henry Bellman defended that decision in 1965.
These bonds we're talking about are all self-liquidating bonds. They don't cost the general fund a penny, and it is far different than the practice used by the national administration of running our nation into debt further and further every year because they don't have the political courage to pay as they go.
Today, the Turnpike Authority's debt sits at $1.1 billion, and it won't be paid off until 2028. The authority pays about 5% interest on that debt, so the bondholders will profit close to $60 million from Oklahoma turnpikes this year alone.
You know, they'll never probably pay the debt off. They don't have any intentions of paying the debt off. When they get close, they'll pass another bond issue, extend that indebtedness so they can keep that money coming in.
The only reason the Turnpike Authority would take out more bonds would be for more projects, and the authority is pre-approved to build 25 more turnpikes.
We don't have any plan to construct new turnpikes at the moment.
The authority's deputy director, Tim Stewart, says the turnpikes they're pre-approved to build would not make enough money to make sense, at least not right now.
Conditions could change in the future that may change that, but we don't see that right now.
Right now, the state's in a recession. Even more reason, according to Senator Brogdon, people should be concerned about the autonomy of the Turnpike Authority. After all, it did raise tolls 16% in the middle of the downturn.
This is the scary thing for me.
Senator Brogdon was so angry about that, he authored a bill requiring the Turnpike Authority to get legislative approval before raising tolls.
If we really need to raise the rates, then let the legislature do that, not have unelected bureaucrats making that decision.
The bill was defeated, but 16 other senators voted for it. Turnpike critics say ultimately the only way to fix the system will be through major reform.
So will Oklahoma ever be without toll roads?
There is a possibility.
Jennifer Lauren, the Oklahoma Impact Team.
The governor is the only person with the power to reform the Turnpike Authority. He appoints the director and the board that make all the important decisions. On Thursday night, we'll look at last year's toll increase. Did we really need one? Jennifer's been crunching the numbers. For Oklahoma Impact, I'm Alex Cameron.
And an all-new feature at newson6.com. Click on our interactive timeline to track all the major decisions on turnpikes since the very beginning.